I want a lot of effort put on this. The Beachcombers, of course, have come out with a Mai Tai mix, which is absolutely crappy. They've had a lot of trouble with it. And we're going to be able to knock the pants off of them, but they've stole the show in the meantime. I want this put on the counter. I want it sold every possible chance. We're selling a couple of cases of it here a day in San Francisco. Get out and plug. It's becoming increasingly difficult to cooperate and do business with the Hilton Company. Just recently, the traveling chef for the Hilton Company propositioned our chef in Puerto Rico, Albert Marty, to go to work for Steve Crane and the Luaus. So you can see what cooperation we're getting from that company, which is absolutely nil. They've wanted us to build restaurants in Denver and also in San Francisco, and when we told them that we couldn't possibly do that on the fact that we had contracts with Weston, then they put the pressure on us, told them they were going to build Don the Beachcomber restaurant. Same thing occurred. We told them it isn't practical for them to build a restaurant in their Dallas hotel, and they says, that's all right, if you won't build one, we'll build one with Don the Beachcomber. What it means is this, fellas, that we can no longer talk to the Hilton Company about a plan of promotion. Any promoting plan that we have will be immediately relayed to the Beachcomber Company, so that we have to be pretty much of a separate identity in the Hilton Company restaurants. I mean, to cooperate with them on projects or do anything is more or less a thing of the past, as far as I can see, until this thing rights itself. I don't know how it's going to do it, but it's no good the way it is now. Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about public relations and contact with sources of customers outside of just coming into the restaurant and do a good job. A few of our boys have spent a lot of time and effort to develop interesting things in the restaurant. For instance, I was up to Seattle. Keith Hardman had one of the manufacturers of electronics put a display of his manufacturing products and processes and what this manufacturer was doing in the lobby of the restaurant, and it created a tremendous amount of interest, not only from the customer standpoint, but from the electronics company towards our restaurant. Another thing, Leo Godo, while I was visiting up there, I mentioned that we had buses to the baseball game on special events. I says maybe he can do something to that on that trend. Well, it didn't take Leo long. The next opera, the next theater that was held in Central City, Leo Godo had a bus. And it created a tremendous amount of interest for Trader Vic's restaurant. This little guy is a new guy in our organization. You fellas were at the manager's meeting. You saw the report this little guy turned out. He's wide awake and he's on his toes. And he's trying to do a good job. And he is doing a good job. You fellas can also do a good job of pepping up your outfits by going out and do public relations, same as Keith Hardman and Godo. While you're doing a lot of business in some of your restaurants, maybe your local business, you're not getting quite enough of that. Maybe you're depending too much on tourists or convention business. I think that you can change that considerably if you go after it. It's going to take a little effort to do it. But try it. See what kind of success you have, and anything that you do where you have a success, please let us know or let Keith Hardman know, so that he can let the rest of the branches know what you fellas are doing. Well, thanks very much. We see you soon.